Yaksha King is one of the final chapter boss fights that you'll come across in Black Myth Wukong. Now this boss is a formidable opponent and not to be slept on. And that's because of his wide area attacks, and if he lands those attacks, they do massive damage. So let's go over what you can expect and how you can take him down. Right when the fight begins, I suggest that you get up close and try to stun the boss as fast as possible. Use Wandering Right to do a light stun and then follow up with some light attacks. Hit him with Immobilize when he starts moving again. You're going to be using Immobilize a lot during this fight. It's a good idea to start using it early. Also, combo that skill up with the Pluck and Mini so your minions can get some free hits in. Now, this boss can be easily staggered, so throw in as many heavy attacks as you can when you see openings. Keep up the pressure, but watch out for his sword attacks. It'll do a good amount of damage if he catches you slipping. And look out for when he runs up the wall. If he does this, you need to run away because he's going to come back down and do a ground smash. And the radius that it hits is pretty large. This is a two-part attack. He'll hit once and then he'll follow it up quickly with another attack. Be patient, keep your distance, and wait to go back in. The goal for this boss, and for most bosses, is to keep their movement limited. Wind Tamer, your heavy attacks, and Immobilize are perfect, but try to save Immobilize for when you need it. If you're taking too much damage, Immobilize and of course Cloud Step are going to be your best friends in this fight. Whenever you start seeing him do his attacks that pretty much take up the whole map, it's a good idea to use Cloud Step. Let him focus his attention on your clone. Heal if you need to, and then get back into the fight. For the majority of this boss's attacks, he'll let you know when it's coming and what is coming. If you look at his blades, they'll light up red before he does an attack, and the blades on his elbows are not the only blades that he can use. He can also have blades come out of his hands. If you see this happens, this means he's about to go into a combo and you should probably create some distance. Or you can use a transformation spell, tank the damage, and start doing some of your own damage. Now, this is also a good way to start learning the boss's movesets, because this boss gets a lot. Not only does he have melee attacks that sweep across the map, he also can throw the blades at you for a range attack. And if you get too close, the boss will use his feet to kick you around. Basically, his whole body is a weapon. So the trick to this is if you see his swords glowing, he's going to do a sword attack. If you don't see them glowing, look for his feet. If he bends down and spikes come out his back, that means spikes are about to come out the ground, and it's time for you to either get away or stun him. This boss does long combos, and at times it may be best to focus solely on dodging his attacks. Wait for him to finish out his long drawn out combos before you go back in and do some of your own attacks. Many of his attacks have small breaks in between that can easily trick you into thinking that he's finished. Try to wait for him to reset and for his blades to cool down before you go back in. If you're having trouble dodging his sweeping attacks, it's best to dodge when the blade is coming forward. He'll have a slight moment when he brings the blade behind him, which can bait you into hitting that dodge button a little earlier than what you should. And if you can, dodge towards the boss to get in close. Do your heavy attacks or use your spells for a quick stun, and get in as much damage as possible. Also, during his attacks, he may give you some audio cues for when you need to dodge, which can give you some time to plan when you're gonna do your own attacks. You can also tell when the last move of his combo is coming, because typically that'll be the one that is long and delayed. If you're having trouble finding openings, try attacking after he does his final attack of his combo and when he's trying to prepare for his next attack. So if you see him stand straight up, that's a good time to get one or two attacks in and then get out of there. Keep up the pressure, look for the blades to light up, and take this boss down. Let me know down in the comments how many attempts did it take you to finally defeat this boss. I hope you enjoyed this one and learned something new. I'll catch you in the next one.
Still holding on, despite it all.